Yeah, we're gonna get on it. I'm here to help. Take 4. Take 3. Take 4. Hey guys, my name is John Disque from France. Today we're gonna... I'm not from France. I mean, my family's from France, but I was born here. Anyhow, I want a cracker. Hey, my name is John Disque, and today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people don't know they're supposed to do, or just get so wrapped up in what they're doing that they forget to do it. But it's very, very, very important to the growth of your channel and results in more subs, more likes, more comments. You know, the whole shebang. I want a cracker. At least once in every video you make, you should say your name, and it's usually in the beginning of the video. It's, hi, my name is John Disque, and today I'm going to talk about, whatever. The listener, not the viewer of the name, but the listener of the name, subconsciously makes notes on your name and associations with your name to certain issues. So, like a minute into your video, after the intro or the time lapse or the B-roll, whatever, you should say, welcome back. My name is John Disque, and today we're going to talk about. And I know this seems kind of phony, and staged and rehearsed, but it's very important because this is how people are going to remember your content. You don't want people saying, "Oh, this guy made this great video," and someone asking them, "Well, who are they? What's their real?" I don't really remember. I think it was Jeff Disque or something. You don't know that happened. If you say your name is John Johnson, now that's such a common name that it's going to be hard for people to remember because there's so many John Johnsons that they all kind of run together. Sometimes it helps to actually mispronounce your own name. It should still be easy to remember, and unique at the same time. So there's a line there. You just kind of have to be careful with it. But the point is, get your name across and get it into the viewer's head so they can associate your brilliance with your name. If you have a funny spelling to your name, but it's easy to pronounce, you have to get that point across to the viewer. I mean, let's face it, people are mentally lazy. They're not going to sit there and try to figure out how to pronounce your name. So it's imperative that you tell them. So the minute you tell them how it's pronounced, they're already making associations with it. So you're giving them something that they're not asking for, but you're actually helping yourself and helping them at the same time. The thing to remember is there's only one of you. There's only one of your video unless someone plagiarized you. French, telling everybody the history of John Disque. So it greatly pays to suppress and censor the artists. There's a lot of people who have a lot to say and are not being heard because corporate America does not necessarily align with what they're saying. And so it's in my blood to be pissed off about this. And that's why I try so hard to speak out against it. It pays even more to get the brilliant artists working for you. And all of my little selfie stick salesmen on the internet, on YouTube, they know this. So if you're sitting there and you're starving to death and you'd really like to get your bills paid and Mr. Corporate America says, hey, you can work for us, it's really hard to say, no, I think I'd rather starve to death and be moral, and I'm going to forget sending my kids to college because I'm standing for something. And nobody's going to dig that, especially your kids who want to go to college. I mean, there's absolutely no secret about it. You can be famous and dead broke. So it really puts the artist in a tough position. There gets to be a whole different story and a whole different side when you're the one sitting there starving to death or feeling like a failure because you can't pay for your kids' tuition. Go back to TV, back when TV first started, and look at the commercials, and they're absolutely hilarious because there's zero artistic creativity in there at all. It's like robots.
I can't type. I don't take dictation. I won't sharpen pencils. I can't file. My boss calls me indispensable.
Miss Jones.
Just a minute.
Will you make a copy of this?
Naturally. I push the button on the Xerox 914. I make perfect copies of whatever my boss needs by just turning a knob and pushing a button. Anything he can see, I can copy in black and white on ordinary paper. And am I fast? I can make 7 copies a minute. By the way, I never need wet chemicals. My 914 is a dry machine, powder dry. Sometimes my boss asks me which is the original, and sometimes I don't know. Here, Mr. Smith, I'm going to lunch with Mother.
It's funny because I hadn't realized at that point the value of the artist who can convey your message 1 billion times better than you'll ever think of conveying it. Because, an artist knows what makes people happy. They know what makes people cry. They know what touches people, and they don't have to say a damn word. They know what people want, and these big, robotic, bureaucratic people with all the money, they can't do it. They have zero creativity. They're all about numbers. So it absolutely pays 1 trillion times over to gain control of that artist's work. So, and they all do it. Our commercials suck without the artistic input. So that's why, if you're an artist who's being suppressed on Facebook or Twitter or Google or whatever, if you just can't reach the people and you can't get your message across, it's because you're dangerous, man. If you could reach 1 billion people, and if you say, you know what, this computer program sucks. And I'm going to show you how bad it sucks with pictures and video clips and words and beautiful things that are going to make you pissed off. If they don't gain control of you, they're releasing all of their power and all their profit and all their potential into your hands. And these control freaks can't handle that. How do you gain a value when you're already being suppressed? And the first thing you have to do, amigo, is associate your name with whatever you want to associate it with. But I would be very careful about what you associate it with. You want to make that connection between you and honesty, creativity, beauty, interest, all the good things in the world. For you young ladies out there, and you probably already know this, you don't want to associate your name with very fragile issues like sex, drugs, because while you might gain some fame, you're also disposable. And I hate to use that word, but and I know there's a lot of desperate people out there that will do anything to get recognized. But you still have to be careful. You want to associate that name, even if it's, Jack Johnson. You want to associate that unique name to something great, something big, something honest, something interesting, something beautiful, whatever your niche is. Not niche, niche. I love making videos that help people. You have to understand that there is no step-by-step, paint-by-numbers instructions on how to make a great vlog. There just isn't. If there were, we'd all be doing it the same way, and all of us would fail. No one would stand out. And I believe that's why a lot of people are struggling, actually. They're trying to be like the famous vloggers, and there's just not enough room for, just plastic imitations of famous vloggers. So you're forced, if you want to gain YouTube success, you're forced to do it your own personal way. Are you getting what I'm saying here? If we're all imitations of Casey Neistat, why the hell would a viewer go and see us when they can go see Casey? An essential ingredient to all of that, I believe, is getting your name in the consciousness of your viewer. You can't be known as the guy who makes vlogs about whatever. You have to be known as your name. Understand how important this is. It's being missed by a lot of the struggling vloggers. So with all of it, it's safe to say that Casey was successful because he was Casey Neistat. Ben was successful because he was Ben. Felix was successful because he was Felix. You have to be successful because you are fill in the blank.